Blackwood Manor is not just an old abandoned building. It is a prison forged centuries ago by ancient witchcraft. Long ago, a secret coven of witches performed a forbidden ritual deep within the manor's walls. This ritual was meant to grant them immense power, but instead, it unleashed a terrible curse that trapped the souls of anyone who dared enter. The curse was designed to bind these souls to the manor forever, feeding the dark magic that kept the place alive in its own twisted way. Over the years, many have tried to explore the manor, curious about its secrets or eager to prove the legends wrong, but none have returned unchanged, if they returned at all. Those who entered found themselves pulled into an endless nightmare, their spirits consumed by the very evil they sought to uncover. The manor's halls echo with the screams of the trapped souls, caught in a limbo of torment and despair. The witch's curse twisted the fabric of reality inside the manor, warping time and space so that it is impossible to find a way out. Shadows move with a life of their own, and the walls themselves seem to bleed and whisper secrets no one should hear. The curse also warps the minds of the living, filling them with visions of their worst fears, causing panic and madness. Every attempt to break the curse only seems to strengthen it, as if the dark magic feeds on resistance and fear. Blackwood Manor stands as a warning, a place where the past's darkest sins refuse to rest and demand eternal tribute. The souls trapped inside are not merely prisoners. They have become part of the manor's malevolent will, forever binding future victims to the same cursed fate. Emily's decision to investigate Blackwood Manor was fueled by her determination to uncover the truth behind the chilling legends. But little did she know that her presence would awaken forces far darker than she could imagine. As soon as she crossed the threshold, a sinister energy stirred deep within the manor's walls. The ancient blood-stained floors, the faded symbols carved into the walls, and the eerie silence all seemed to pulse with a hidden life. This wasn't just an old abandoned house, it was a vessel for supernatural evil, dormant but waiting for someone brave or foolish enough to enter. The moment Emily began exploring the dormant spirits trapped by the witchcraft curse, sensed a chance to break free through her. Her every step echoed through the halls like a summons, stirring restless shadows that moved just beyond the edges of her vision. The atmosphere thickened with a suffocating dread as whispers of the past rose from the dark corners, filling the air with agonized cries and threats. The dark forces fed off her fear, growing stronger with every heartbeat, twisting the manor into a living nightmare. Objects levitated, doors slammed shut with violent force, and chilling apparitions appeared to warn her or to lure her deeper into the manor's cursed core. The cursed effigy on the blood altar began to twitch, as if animated by some unholy will, and the ancient runes glowed with a hellish light. Emily's rational mind struggled to keep control as the supernatural presence bent reality, warping her perception of time and space. The deeper she ventured, the more the manor seemed to consume her identity, replacing it with terror and despair. What started as a search for answers quickly turned into a desperate fight for survival, as the evil awakened by her arrival sought to claim her soul and add it to the manor's endless collection of victims. The very walls of Blackwood Manor seem alive, pulsing with a dark, sinister energy that defies explanation. It is as if the manor itself bleeds, seeping thick, dark blood from cracks and crevices that never fully heal. This isn't just a haunted house. It's a living entity forged from centuries of pain, evil rituals, and trapped souls. Every surface inside is soaked with the residue of ancient curses and dark magic, creating an atmosphere so thick with malevolence that it feels suffocating. The floors pulse underfoot like a beating heart made of stone and shadow, echoing the cries of those who have been consumed by the manor's dark hunger. Faint, glowing veins of blood seem to crawl across the walls and ceiling, pulsing rhythmically as if the manor breathes in sync with the tortured spirits imprisoned within. The air is heavy with the metallic scent of fresh blood, mingling with the stale odor of decay and rot. Shadows move independently, stretching and twisting into grotesque shapes that vanish when looked at directly, but always return from the corner of one's eye. This living evil warps the senses, distorting sound and vision until it becomes nearly impossible to distinguish reality from nightmare. The manor's bleeding walls whisper secrets in a language no living person should hear, echoing the pain and suffering of the countless victims trapped inside. Rooms shift and change without warning, doors leading to nowhere or to darker, more terrifying places. The house feeds on fear and despair, growing stronger with each soul it ensnares. Blackwood Manor is not just a place of haunting, it is a breathing, bleeding entity that exists to trap, torment, and consume all who dare to enter its cursed halls. Within the suffocating darkness of Blackwood Manor, tortured spirits and a malevolent demonic presence relentlessly hunt anyone who dares to trespass. These souls are not peaceful ghosts, but angry, tormented remnants of those who fell victim to the manor's ancient curse. They wander endlessly through the labyrinthine halls, their anguished cries echoing off the walls, blending with the sinister whispers carried on the stale air. These spirits have lost all remnants of humanity, their forms twisted into grotesque shapes, eyes hollow yet burning with fury, mouths frozen in silent screams that chilled the very marrow of anyone who hears them. They are bound to the manor by the dark witchcraft ritual that cursed the land centuries ago, doomed to serve as both prison and hunters for all who enter. Their touch brings icy dread and pain, their presence warping reality itself. Visitors find time warping unpredictably, hallways stretching endlessly or folding back upon themselves, making escape impossible. The most terrifying force within the manor is the demon lord, an ancient, formless evil that manifests as a writhing mass of flesh, bone, and shadow, with eyes blazing like hellfire. It is the source of the curse and the mastermind behind the endless torment. This demon feeds on fear and blood, growing stronger with every soul it claims. It moves silently through the darkness, its presence felt as a cold, suffocating weight pressing down on the chest of anyone nearby. Its voice is a guttural growl that shakes the very foundations of the manor, promising pain and eternal suffering. The demon commands the spirits, directing their attacks on intruders, ensuring no one leaves unscathed. Victims caught by the spirits often disappear into the shadows, their bodies mutilated beyond recognition, their souls absorbed into the demon's unholy domain. The manor itself seems to pulse with the demon's hunger, the walls bleeding with the essence of the damned, the floors slick with the blood of countless victims. This unending cycle of hunting and feeding traps all who enter in a nightmare that never ends, where hope fades quickly and madness sets in. In Blackwood Manor, the boundary between the living and the dead is blurred, and the hunt never ceases. The curse that haunts Blackwood Manor is a ravenous force that consumes every victim it claims, dragging their souls into an abyss of endless torment. It is not merely a supernatural punishment, but a living, breathing entity fueled by blood and despair. When someone steps inside the manor's cursed walls, they enter a realm where the normal rules of life and death no longer apply. The curse reaches deep into their body and mind, twisting their very essence until they become part of the manor's dark legacy. Victims are subjected to unspeakable horrors as the curse tears through their flesh and spirit alike. Blood flows freely, thick, dark, and seemingly endless, pooling around their feet and rising to drown them in a suffocating sea of red. The curse's power is drawn from this blood, growing stronger with each drop spilled. Those who fight against it find their strength sapped, their minds unraveling under the weight of overwhelming fear and madness. The manor itself acts as a prison, its walls tightening like a noose, trapping victims in rooms that shift and change, preventing escape. Time becomes a cruel illusion. Days may stretch into endless nights, and the past, present, and future blur into one terrifying moment of agony. The souls consumed by the curse do not simply perish, they are absorbed into the manor's malevolent will. Their suffering fueling the dark magic that keeps the curse alive. Their screams echo through the halls, a constant reminder of the manor's unyielding hunger. New victims add to the ever-growing legion of trapped souls, each one a prisoner forever, caught between life and death. The curse is relentless, patient, and eternal, showing no mercy to those who cross the manor's threshold. It is a cycle of bloodshed and despair that has continued for centuries, and it will continue long after the last witness falls silent. To encounter the curse is to face an unending nightmare, a fate worse than death itself, where the soul is torn apart and devoured, leaving behind only a hollow shell trapped in eternal darkness.
Please like and subscribe channel Fear Frequency for more horror stories. Thank you.